watch a movie, call watch a movie, then we review it. Hey, what did you think? And this is our show, and it's called Kool Flix. It could be your new favorite show, Kool Flix, movies and more. I tried and I tried to find the right YouTube video to make my life feel alright and fill all my holes, but now I think I finally found it. It's called Cannibal Alcohol.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
hey, I'm so glad you came.
Thanks for inviting me to your house.
It was my pleasure to invite you. Thanks for coming to my house again. I know it's been a while since you came to my house, but
Yeah, who are all these people?
don't worry about them. Let's talk about us.
Okay.
You know, I was in Mexico with your wife. Sorry, your ex-wife.
Yeah, we got a divorce after the incident.
Let me tell you, I divorced her from her clothes many times while I was in Mexico with her.
Thanks for getting me this burger.
Absolutely, eat up. I want you to eat that burger. And I want you to drink that coffee. And I had your wife many, many times. El Wifo. It's the invitation, folks.
This beautiful moment is upon us. Tonight is the night our faith is made real. Something doesn't feel safe here.
I'm Kool Flix Paul.
Kool Flix, Matt.
And today on the show we're going to talk about a little movie called The Invitation.
2015's The Invitation.
While you eat your Impossible Whopper, I'm going to just start talking about the movie. It's, I guess, a thriller set in a house, starring an actor that I've never seen before.
Yeah, what's his name?
Some kind of fucking name like
Lo-
Lobo.
Logan Marshall Green.
Logan Marshall Green stars.
He's the
as-
off-brand Tom Hardy.
So the movie is essentially about a guy and his date who go to this house party where the vibes are all wrong. This movie is like social awkwardness, the movie, basically.
Pretty much.
For the first half.
They get to the party and everybody's acting all awkward.
Too friendly. Way too friendly.
Yeah.
The main character, he has a lot of heavy lifting to do in this movie because we don't know what's going on at all. And he has to act like a guy dealing with a lot of stuff that we don't know what it is. So basically he gets to the house and there's this big group of people. And there's one guy in particular who's hanging out with his ex-girlfriend. Her name starts with an E. And that's also what she's on because she's acting like this and she's rubbing everything and she's so happy. It's implied that basically this is the main character's old house that he moved out of due to some horrible tragedy. And now he's back at the house and it's nice to have him there for the party. But there's something
Eden,
sinister.
that's her name.
Eden, her name is Eden, and something sinister is going on. But everyone's got this like jovial like orgy vibe about them, sort of, except for the main character who's real depressed looking.
Well, I don't know if they all do. I mean, it's just the core group of people. It's the couple, his wife and her boyfriend, and then there's this other like lady that's kind of skinny and looks like she's kind of creepy. And then there's David Lynch's son, who's bald, and he's just kind of standing there like.
Anyway, it's implied that they all went to Mexico and like were basically in a big cult orgy, and the whole movie has a cult vibe. Like I thought they were in a cult from word one. As soon as you get to the house, I thought we're dealing with a cult, and then you don't know if it's a cult, and it's very twisty and turny. Overall, I think it builds tension in a nice way, and it looked nice. The house was shot in a way that made it seem kind of otherworldly and creepy to me. It had a spooky quality to it.
Kind of had a maze-like quality a little bit.
Yeah, the shadows would kind of make the spaces seem like there were bars on the windows or like... Actually, I guess there were bars on the window.
There were literal bars.
There were literal bars on the window for some reason. That wasn't really explained. He's just like, why do you have the bars down on the window?
Why are all the doors locked?
Yeah, why do you have the secret locks
And then he takes him
activated?
aside, bro, you're being really weird, bro. You're giving me weird vibes, you're weirding everybody out.
Look, I did not eat out your wife for 6 months straight in Mexico to chill her out, to bring her back here and have you be all stressed. I thought like they were all gonna have sex with each other, and the invitation was to an orgy. But that's just where that's where most of my invitations are that. So I immediately thought that's.
You've been watching too many 70s exploitation.
Anyway, they friggin' don't have any sex in the movie at the beginning, and so I was like waiting for the sex to happen. It seemed like a party where everyone's waiting to have sex with each other, but they're kind of small talking beforehand. Like, aren't these pickle hors d'oeuvres fun? And then like waving pickles at each other, and it's just.
Yeah, even when the first lady leaves, one of the people's excuses is like, oh, she's just not into all the raging orgies stuff that we're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
Because we got this nice wine. They bought a $45 bottle of wine, and that's what's keeping everybody there.
Yeah. The host is like, fuck it, I'll bust out the $10,000 wine. It's a party.
So
the best wine.
The main protagonist guy, he kind of has he's trying to get a signal on his phone.
Our main character finally gets a spot of service out on the lawn as he's having a sad boy moment, and he's like gets his voicemail from his friend like, hey dude, I'm outside the house right now. I'm here early. I made it before.
I'm going up to the door. I'm knocking on the door.
I'm knocking on the door. I'm opening the door, and the voicemail cuts off, and he's like, something is up, and that's when the movie turns basically, and he starts to try and investigate. We won't spoil anything.
Yeah, that's when then it gets into the third a little bit, but we'll cut off there because the movie's newer.
What do you think about the movie? Did they do a good job of playing with your expectations, or did you kind of know what was going on the whole time?
I don't know. Maybe if they had revealed the twist like from the get-go, maybe that would have been more tension building, because there was never a point in the movie where I was thinking this isn't going to turn out how it turns out. It's not something that you're going to be walking away from saying, oh, I never would have seen that one coming. How did they do that?
I would love to hang out with a person who doesn't suspect that anything is going to go wrong with this party.
That they completely blindsides them.
I thought,
there are times with the acting, especially there's like that portly fellow that his acting reminded me a lot of like zero budget short films that I've done, where just maybe it's the script, maybe it's like a combination of the script and the actors.
Yeah.
But then at other times I'm like, well, that's kind of what it's like to be at a bad party, though. It's these people that feel like bad actors.
People are doing bad,
and they're doing just bad parties. Jokes, and it's like, I want to get out of here.
Yeah, they're trying too hard, and so I think it worked. I think the vibes were right. I think they did a great job for what it is. I think it's pretty well done, and actually, it has some deeper themes about grief and about the lengths that you go to avoid feeling sad. That those themes, that they resonated with me, and I think that it has more going on than the average just stuck in a house thriller.
I suppose I don't know if the way that they went about it, though, having him wander through the house and giving a flashback, I don't know if that was the most effective way to convey that. I feel like that kind of undercuts the actor's ability to bring it. That should come from the character's interactions, like his interactions with his wife. Yeah. And the way that you don't need to have him walk into another room and then see a flashback of their kid.
Well, how did the kid die anyway? Did they ever explain?
There was something about the base. He was like, I never should have given him that wiffle ball bat.
Baseball bat. How did he do it?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
That's it, and it's like if you're gonna go that route, and if you're gonna make the movie about that has to have a payoff. That kind of just feels like a dead end.
Yeah, I think it's for me, I'm ready to offer up some stars, and it's a pretty much same as last week, where I think it's a good movie I like that doesn't really do anything particularly crazy or new.
Yeah, I'm somewhere between 2.5 and 3, but maybe
that's fair.
The scene where they're watching the video, the editing kind of slows down a bit, and the tension starts building. The cinematography for the most part is good in the sense that it's hard to film a party with all these people.
Yeah. And
it kind of has this kind of awkwardness to it. So maybe with that in mind, I guess, so it's a 3. It's solid. It's hard. It's one of those movies that it's hard to rip apart and say, oh, that wasn't a good movie, because I was watching it the whole time. I wanted to see what happened, but at the same time, I'll probably forget it.
It's a 3, I guess. Then I'll change my review to my rating.
No, don't let me. No, you said it.
No,
already.
I was on the fence.
I
was on the fence. Well, are we locked in?
No, I don't.
I don't think we were locked in until it appears on the screen.
Yeah, it's
so, and as long as that hasn't happened, I can change it to 3 stars. I think that's right. I was waffling anyway. It's a 3. I ought to remember Lenora a little bit better than I'll remember this movie.
Maybe it's a 2.5 then. I don't know. For changing.
I won't be changing it again. I know where I belong now. It's at a 3.
Yeah, no, it's 3.
So hey, why don't you come to my party tomorrow.
Thanks for the coffee.
I'll make out with your wife in front of you. And if you don't like that, I don't know, maybe you need to stop whining so much.
Stop drinking wine.
Kool Flix!
It could be your new favorite show. Kool Flix, movies and more. I tried and I tried to find the right YouTube video to make my life feel alright. Fill all my clothes, but now I think I should have
Check out a clip. Let's check out one more clip.